Hi, humans. You're watching Retro Oblivion. Please subscribe and hit the like button.
Come on, do it. Lay it on right here, do it. Do it. Do it.
That's when I thought I was out. They pulled me back in.
Hey guys, what is up? I hope you're all doing very well. I think I left an impression on one of my videos that I was done buying arcade 1-up cabinets, and here I am. Alright, so I did buy the Time Crisis cabinet because I won a lot of money on my Casino-cade. But seriously, I did want another shooting cabinet, so I bought one. And I did pick up a few mods to go with it. Now this cabinet does have a 17-inch screen, and it might be slightly smaller because of the white borders. Now it really does suck to have a small screen on this, but it is doable for me. I do have the option to upgrade the screen size later. I used to play Duck Hunt on a 13-inch screen TV in the 80s, so I can work with the small screen for now. Now this cabinet does include 2 light guns, and they are Sinden technology. The cabinet features 4 games: Time Crisis, Steel Gunner 1, Steel Gunner 2, and Point Blank. Point Blank is the best game on this cabinet in my opinion, with Time Crisis coming in as a strong second. Now, when I unboxed the cabinet, there were some issues, with the first being some minor chips and marks on the panels, all in which I can kind of get past. However, what is unforgivable is the crooked logo on the coin door. And the biggest one of all was the missing light guns in the box, and I don't know what the odds are of not getting an item in your box, but yeah, I was missing the light guns, probably the most important piece in this set. However, Arcade 1-Up did slightly redeem themselves by sending me out a new set of light guns in 2 days, but they did deny me the coin door. Now I have to make time to mod the coin door and fix it to the way that it should be after spending such a high price on this cabinet, so that's pretty disappointing. Now I just want to make note of the obvious problems with this cabinet. The front panel of the cabinet where the graphics are, where you would install the coin door, there is no protection on the bottom, so you have to be extra careful when you're dragging this cabinet or moving it around the room. You got to make sure you do not crack or snag that bottom panel, because I can easily see that cracking or breaking. You just need to be very careful with that. I don't know why they did not do something to protect the front of that panel. I think that's a pretty important part of the cabinet, and I think they messed up on that one. And like I also said, the screen size is very small for the games that you play on this cabinet. A 19-inch screen would have definitely been awesome, but you do also have that option. You know, you can add a mod later to increase that screen size. Now, I think the biggest problem then for me was the coin door. The coin door is way too low. I don't know who thought that the coin door's location was acceptable for this cabinet, because it's horrible. It's almost laughable that they would put a coin door this low on the cabinet. I'd rather them not even have put a coin door on the cabinet. Now, some of the great things about the cabinet is that it is huge. This has to be probably the biggest cabinet I've ever seen from Arcade 1-Up, and I think it is. And the marquee, I love the marquee. I think it's beautiful, it's bright, it's the way the marquee should be. And lastly, you do get 4 games on this cabinet, and that's pretty good for a shooting cabinet. You get Steel Gunner 1, Steel Gunner 2, you get Point Blank, and Time Crisis. Now, some people say Steel Gunner 1 and 2, that's, you know, it's basically the same game. Now, one major thing that I did do to offset the problems on this cabinet was I bought a riser from BuyStuff arcades, and I think that was a pretty necessary thing to do for this cabinet because it fixes about 3 problems here. And what it's going to do is it's going to raise the coin door higher and give it a better appearance in the front of the cabinet, and it's also going to give that front panel some protection, you know, from dragging or moving the cabinet around. And another thing it's going to do is it's going to raise the screen higher, so you have a lot more comfortable play when you're using the cabinet. Another thing that I did do was I bought some decals off Etsy, and I bought from a place called Sticky Buttons Arcades. He sells sticker kits for Time Crisis and other cabinets too. I was able to get that Namco name and get that right in the front, just like the original arcade cabinet. And and it looks pretty good. And I also got decals on the side to give it a much better appearance. And lastly, the other thing that I did do was I lit up the coin door. Now, originally this cabinet does not come with a light up coin door. That is something you're going to have to do yourself. And for the price you pay on this cabinet, it definitely should have been included, but it is a pretty easy thing to do. All you got to do is take the coin door off, drill 2 holes, and then put the coin door back in, get a $7 LED strip light, and just kind of thread that through a couple times, and there you go. Very easy to do. I'm probably going to end up doing this to all my cabinets because it looks really awesome. The speakers look great. The sound is okay. The monitor is a BOE, which is very cool. Now the light guns, they are decent. I think they're a step up from the T2 cabinet, but they can still use some improvement. Now building the cab felt easier than the older generation cabinets. You start off by constructing the marquee first, and then the control deck, and then everything else just kind of seems to flow together. Is this cabinet worth $650? No, but it is better than $700 when the cabinet was first released. Now I did buy this cabinet because I had the money to do so, and I really wanted a light gun cabinet for my game room. The game Time Crisis was not my motivator for purchasing this cabinet. It was Point Blank. I wanted to add Point Blank to my game room. It's a really fun game. My kids love it. My wife loves it. It's a great game, and I'm glad I picked it up. And I also do have the ability to do a mod later to add some more light games to this cabinet. And I might actually do that in another video, so you might want to subscribe so you don't miss that. Now I am pretty satisfied with my purchase, minus all the problems I had when I bought the cabinet and unboxing it. The coin door thing really pisses me off because, you know, when you spend that much money on something, everything should be right. It should be perfect. You buy an arcade 1-up, you got to expect a little bit of issues with it. If you're on a fence with this cabinet, I would probably suggest waiting for a sale or wait till they clearance these things out. I got a pretty high suspicion that these things are going to go on sale and are going to mark these things down. So it might be a good idea to kind of wait it out or wait for even Christmas, and you might pick up a really good sale on one of these cabinets. I wouldn't buy one unless you really, really want one, like I did. I just also wanted to make note that there are alternative ways to play these games. If you were just interested in playing the games, you could just easily get yourself a PlayStation 1 or 2 with a light gun off eBay. It's a lot cheaper than forking over $600 or $700 for this big old cabinet just to play the games. And if you do end up getting the cabinet and it's something you want, I would highly recommend getting the riser from BuyStuff Arcades because it does fix a lot of the issues that the cabinet already has. All right, so let me go ahead and show you guys a little bit of gameplay, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap up the video.
This mission will soon be mine. Action! There!
I want to thank you all so much for watching my video today. I definitely appreciate it. If you have any questions or you have any comments, just go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace.